It was nice to finally get it done, and it seemed like by the time I went, I held out so long that by the time I got there, a lot of people had already done the heavy lifting, like Dave and others, and so
Dave Grush.
they were like, okay, we know we don't know, and we know that we haven't proven to be the most they know that they can't offer whistleblowers the protection we know they need, which was my primary objection the entire time, is that they offer protection, they have no way of providing it.
They've got no enforcement power.
They've got no enforcement. They can't protect me. And so things had certainly changed.
What was the reception in the room? What kind of comments did you hear?
Well, for the most part, it was fantastic. There was 8 or 9 people. I'm not going to say versus me, but it was a 1v9 situation where it was me in there, and then I had at times 7 to 10 people. A few had to come and go because we went for 4.5 hours, but it was all ears. It was listening.
David Grush and Commander David Fravor gave evidence to the Congress along with Ryan Graves. The two F-18 pilots sat with David Grush and gave evidence to the Congress last year under oath. And they insisted on doing it under oath to emphasise the veracity, the truthfulness of what they were saying. If you were asked, would you be prepared to do the same?
100%. And I told them that. I told Congress that during our time in the SCIF. Yeah.
What impact do you think you had on the people listening in the room at the Senate Select Committee for Intelligence?
Well, we laughed, we cried, we had a lot of serious talk. So if anything, I would think I came across sincere. Keep in mind, we were scheduled for a 2-hour block. We went 4.5. So they were definitely engaged. They seemed like they were sincere in their effort to find out what's going on.
Why hasn't somebody like you with first-hand knowledge of the program come forward so definitively before?
That's a good question, and that's what I kept waiting for, more to come forward. I feel uniquely qualified to come forward at this time because I know we have this private venture coming, and I've already begun negotiating with those government agencies who I thought may have come after me, let's say, if they had ill will, and it's been proven to me that they don't.
So there are government agencies that don't know about this program, that are aware of the obvious illegality of parts of it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's that. It's every department has within it a responsibility to deal with shit in the sky flying around that we don't know what it is. I mean, just start in the FAA, for example, which is Ryan Graves' particular case he's trying to advance, is that there is a safety of flight here. There is an aircraft separation issue, a collision avoidance issue in the air. If there are things flying around in the sky and the FAA doesn't have a way of managing that or producing safety reports on it, we've got a big problem, and the problem gets much bigger from there. And so while we like to speak of the government as the government, it is not one big cohesive machine that works together. And so every department, like the FBI, like Department of Homeland Security, like Border Patrol, Department of Defense, they have their own niche responsibilities in order to make sure things in the sky aren't our adversaries, aren't carrying payloads, aren't causing safety of flight issue, and they also have a responsibility to figure out whether or not aliens are visiting the planet.
And you think they are?
Yeah, I do.
So the truth is out.
The truth has been out.